And we're back for another episode. In this episode, I've taken things too far, let me say. So I spent a few hours now crafting, well, this will now be my 200th Spruce Plywood. And the reason I've done that is because I want to be able to buy 25 Artisan Chocobotail saws, which are the Carpenter Artisan tool, and I'm going to be de-synthing all of them. And the advantage of doing that is that they can produce up to 3 Master Demimateria. So pre-patch 2.45, they would only have the chance of producing 3 of them, exactly 3, whereas now you can get 1, you can get 2, you can get 3, or you can get a Dark Steel Nugget, or you can get a Fieldcraft Demimateria 3 as well. So, and also pre-patch 2.45, they used to cost 50 of these Spruce Plywoods each, whereas now they only cost 8 plywoods each. So basically before the patch, 200 of these would have only bought me 4 saws, whereas now it's going to buy me 25 of them, which is kind of ridiculous. So I decided, given that it's such a insane amount to do, that I will show it on video, really show it in this episode. And one thing as well is that I've been using my macro set, which I showed in another video, which I'll also link in the description, and I managed to craft all 200 of them 100% high quality, not a single fail the entire time. So that's how powerful these macros are. And in order to get through, let's say, the time of doing it, I literally just put on a couple of films and just grinded my way through it. So here we go. Let's go now to Revenant's Toll and buy these saws. So my gil is kind of low at the moment, 500k left, but we will see how much gil I will make from this, because one Master Demimateria right now on Sargatanis is worth about 300k, and given that each saw could potentially produce up to 3 of them, and I'm going to be de-synthing 25, hopefully I'll be making at least a few million gil right now, so let's see. So you can talk to Talon, items DOH, there we go, 8 plywoods each, so let's exchange. And thankfully now as well, these are not unique, so you can buy them all at the same time. You don't have to wait. You don't have to, because what you had to do before is you had to buy them one at a time. So as I said, when I do anything really in the game, in life really, I always take it too far. Like for example, the very first time I ever did squats as a form of exercise, I decided to do 300 of them, which meant that I couldn't walk for 2 weeks afterwards. If someone can tell me the name for this sort of behavior, I would very much like to know. Like, what does psychologically, what drives someone to push something this far? Is it obsessive compulsive, or is it something else? I guess I need to find out. Okay, so 12 exchange, and to desynth these you need blacksmith desynth, and at level 100 blacksmith desynth you will have a 100% chance to desynth it. So none of these will be wasted. It's just purely down to what the RNG gives me in terms of desynth materials. So like I said, and this was all done in a few hours, so it's not like I've been doing this over days and days and days. I did this all today, just in the space of a couple of films. And if it turns out to be incredibly lucrative, then I'll probably be doing it for the next few days and just try and make as much gil as possible till the market crashes. Or the positive way of looking at it is that I'm providing Master Demimaterias for the masses. Love you all. So anyway, Artisan, this is number 25, it should be. Oh, they're all in different stacks, that's why it's messing up, so let me combine them all together. Okay. And the last one. There you go, 25. That's 25 saws, so let me Wow, that's pretty. So basically, before this patch, this would have cost, let me work out, 25 times 50. It would have cost, what, 1,000 spruce plywoods rather than the 200 that I made. So let's put that there, let's put that there. And the reason you want to get your hands on Master Demimateria anyway, in case you're wondering, is that you can actually use them to buy your supper tools and also craft some of the 4-star Artisan crafting equipment as well. So if you talk to Talon and go to more items, DOH, you can see here that each one of the supper tools requires 3 Master Demimateria, and also these reinforce, these higher quality items here they need 2 Fieldcraft Demimateria frees each to make, but thankfully you only need to make normal quality for this. So these ones are simply 10 Fieldcraft Demimateria frees will get these, whereas if you want to get the 4-star recipes, you need 3 high quality versions, which I covered in another video, which is very difficult to get. So that's when Fieldcraft Demimaterias become more expensive. So anyway, now let's do this and see how many results we get. So desynth, I can see blacksmith skill 100, success rate 100. Do I want to desynth? Yes. Okay, so that's 1 fieldcraft. And I am also going towards Supra and 4-star for all of my crafts. I'm currently at I've done carpenter, I've done leather worker, I bought my Supra tool for blacksmith, but I haven't actually earned the new recipes for blacksmith yet, so working on it. Okay, that's the first Master Demimateria. I want as many of these as possible. 2 from that one, which is awesome. Desynthesize. Now this morning I started the game with about 3 million gil, so if I can get back to that I'll be more than happy. Already pretty much at 1 million gil already just from those 3. That's another 2, which is another 600k. And this is nuts. So I really, you know, I've been passionate. Another 2. It's like every time you see 2, it's like 600k, 600k. It's like I've always been passionate about crafting in this game because it's highly entertaining and fun. And look, 3, another 1 million gil. Jesus Christ. So you know, really guys, get into crafting, get to where I am, and do it quickly before this method dies out. You know, like I said, I don't need to be the richest player in 14. I will share these methods as I find them, but really this one is probably going to be one of the best and most lucrative ones you'll find for a while. So there we go, 12, that means 3.6 million, I guess. So desynthesize. Okay, so that's already put me back to where I was when I started. And I mean, I didn't spend 3 million gil to craft this stuff. That's another 1 million gil. I basically was spending money towards my supper tools and the other things, and getting my other crafts up to 4-star. And the reason it's expensive, in case you're wondering, it's not just because of the supper tool, it's also because I crafted the Artisan item, the offhand for carpenter, for example, and I had to meld it. And you can see I've used a grade 3 materials up until the 5th slot, so that was expensive to do as well. So anyway, let's continue. So really, guys, if I haven't sparked your interest, that's another 1 million gil in crafting and desynthing, then I hope this video will motivate you, because see, this is another 1 million gil. This is a surprise to me, you know what I mean? This is like, this is the dream. This is what all of my crafting has been leading towards. You know, this is absolutely insane. So there we go, and another 1 million gil. And the price of these are going to keep going down because this is too easy, really. So this is way too lucrative. So obviously the more supply there is, the price will only go down. But given that it's still at 300 plus K, another 1 million gil, this is just do it, and do it now. That's why I'm making this video, like do it urgently sort of thing. So let's see, desynthesis, Fieldcraft. Now these will take a few days to sell. I mean, I'm not going to be selling 27 Fieldcraft Demimateria frees in a day, but still, another million gil. So 30 of them, that's what, 9 million gil in theory. So, Desynthesis, and the last one. One more. Why not? Let's just throw in one more. So I probably will just keep the extra that I need to finish off all my Supras, but that is ridiculous. That's 31 Master Demimaterias from doing this. It's definitely better to desynth the tools than it is to desynth the specs. So even though the specs are half the price, so it would have cost me only 4 of the plywoods per Artisan specs, the result basically is that you only could have got potentially 1 Master Demimateria from it. That's why this is better. So anyway, let me load up my retainers. My retainer Katya, which is I modeled after my girlfriend. So let's now sell them, and let's see how much they're currently selling for. So let's see. Compare price. Look at that. 313,000 gil, 998 each. If I vendor them, I'll get 232k. So let me just work out this price. So one sec. So 313,997. Look at that. 10 million gil in like a few hours. I obviously can't sell a stack of 30, so I'm going to sell them individually. So let's do that now. Copy and paste that. Confirm. So guys, please, if you haven't got into crafting, get into crafting and do it now. I have guides on my channel for all, you know, level ranges from level 1 all the way to 50, for pushing 2-star, for pushing 3-star, for unlocking 4-star, for power leveling. Desynth, do it, and do it now, basically, because in any MMO, basically, when you have lots of the in-game currency, then life is fun. You know, it's like if you want to buy something, you can just buy it. You don't have to worry about teleports, you don't have to worry about repairs or anything like that. You can just buy it. You know, this is like, what, maybe in theory it's only like a, what, 5th or a 6th of the way to a mansion, but given that it only took a few hours, you know, to do this, and it means that maybe if I was to keep doing this every day for like the next, say, couple of weeks, I will have a mansion from scratch. So I'll start with 500k and finish with like 60 million. So please guys, take advantage of this while it's here. This will not be, they will not be worth this much forever. So, you know, take advantage while you can. And because with any and every market in any MMO, as soon as people catch on that this is the amazing way to do it, then, you know, it will be flooded, the price will go down and down and down. Before we know it, these Master Demimaterias will barely be worth 100k or less. But right now, because they're worth such an insane amount of money, go for it. You know, I can't stress enough. So that, look at that. 20 of them out of 20 on this retainer. Look at the price of each. And I still have 11 more to sell. So let me go on another retainer. Oops, let me change retainers. And this is not a show-off video. This is meant to be a motivational video of, you know, I've done something which works well for me, so please take advantage. And please, 3997, okay. So I sort of spam the market board a bit. And I don't see a harm in spending this time doing this stuff, because the reason is that, I mean, the advantage of me doing this now, that I put all this effort now, this skill will last me for the next so many months, so many years, you know what I mean? So, and I used to do the same thing in World of Warcraft. Like, I found a way of making what was potentially infinite money in World of Warcraft. I actually hit the gold cap, which back then was 214,000 gold. So it actually got to a point in that game where I started just giving money away to random people. I used to shout around the different towns in WoW and say, you know, first person to find me gets 500 gold, just like that. Because, you know, I had so much of the in-game money that it just became worthless, you know what I mean? Okay, so that retainer's now full, so let's go on to the next one. Obviously, I've got to retain after Jayu, who's my best friend in World of Warcraft. And then Saliha is actually the name of my World of Warcraft character. So maybe in the future I'll make another video about WoW. So let's see. This one is full as well. So you can see a lot of crafting I've been doing, and pretty much all the crafting I've been doing is from my own macros. So, which is wonderful. No thinking involved, just straight there. And it's my sort of reward for just doing this much crafting to begin with, so let's do the last one. And then let's see how much are these. These are not worth as much, but they're still, I mean, given how easy these are to get, which I did show in another video, this price is still really, really high. So 38, because basically you only need to desynth what is an item which you can buy from a vendor for 6,000 gil, and it can produce these. So that's still a very, very good profit margin, and you can just follow my level worker desynth power level guide if you want, which I'll also link in the description if you want to do it. So, and it is what I'm spending a lot of my time doing these days, is trying to keep my bags empty. It's just really making sure, that's why I picked up the 2 extra retainers, is to make sure my bags are always empty, that I have space to do things, because it is very annoying when you have full bags. So anyway guys, I didn't really know what to title this video beforehand, because I had no idea I was going to make this much gil, but let me call it the 10 million gil in one day video, okay? So I'll label the video as that. Please read through the description as well for all the links to all the guides which are relevant to how I got to this point. For the supporters on my channel, the supporters on my crafting, thank you very much. I know you guys prefer me to do crafting more than raids or anything, so of course I will focus on the crafting all the time. Any new methods I find I will always share, so please subscribe if you haven't already. Please share with your friends, please tell everyone. You know, it's like I actually, it is nice making money in this game and stuff, but I actually do want this market to pick up. I want more people to be doing this and making lots of money from it, because why not, you know? It's like, if you've done the research, you found my videos and stuff, you deserve it. And it does take a lot of work to get to this point anyway, so it's not like I did this in one day. I mean, I've been crafting in this game since release, so you see all the work I put into all of my crafts to get to this point. So yeah, so anyway, hope I've inspired you, hope I've given you some motivation. I hope that all of my other guides will also assist you to getting to the point where I am now, and that's it. So if you have any other suggestions, any other ways of making money, then let me know. In the future, I am actually hoping to get into the big crafts. So for example, crafting like the Artisan offhand tools and the Artisan legs and boots and stuff, because the high quality versions of those are selling for like more than 2 million gil each. So if I can get to a point where I can do that comfortably, have a really good rotation for 4-star, then of course I will share it. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me and goodbye from Mithrie.